Alrighty, so a little bit of an interesting video here. I'm going to be fighting the bird, but I'm going to be doing it without Brunhild, or without Traitor Meliodas and without Megellda. And I've gotten a couple of comments asking me, hey, could you make a video using it without, or like making a video on the bird without Megellda? I can't pull her, or I don't have Traitor Meliodas, or whatever the case may be. And I've always thought about trying to do a team that doesn't have both of those characters. And recently, Nalyd put out a video where he used this team specifically, and the whole video was him not using Megellda or Traitor Meliodas. So I was like, wow, perfect timing. I'm not necessarily like just trying to steal his video or anything like that, but this is the team that he used. He was able to beat the entirety of the bird. And I'm gonna be straightforward and as honest as possible. I'm very dependent on the team that I use. I think I do use Traitor Meliodas and Megellda on my team, and I don't use. This is a completely different team than what I'm used to. I don't use any of these units whenever I run the bird. So it's gonna be one of those situations where I don't necessarily know how the team is going to run as well as somebody who uses something like this on a more frequent basis. I'm not like a gamer god or anything like that, so just know I'm just going to be going as long as I can. If I beat the bird, that's fantastic. If I don't, obviously you can run this team and win, but I don't want to be stuck here for days trying to beat this just to prove it for a video, because Naly's already done it. I'll leave a link to his video in the description. He even went a little bit further as to take off his relic for Brunhild. He took off the relic that he had for Gother as well, so he's doing it without relics on, and he also has full defense gear for his Deanne and Tarmia, which I think is kind of an interesting concept. He said that he doesn't think that it's very necessary, but I'm just going to be running regular HP defense on both of those characters, pretty normal gear. The only thing that's very interesting as far as like gear goes is my Brunhild's gear is the right side is attack on the attack pieces, and the left side is full crit chance. So I normally had it as full crit chance on the right side as well, but I don't really use her for the bird anymore, so I've sort of transitioned her gear into just being more baseline, so that way I use it for other PvE stuff. So this is the gear that we're running. HP defense on Deanne, HP defense on Gother, and then attack crit damage on the other two because they're going to be dealing more damage. And then Links are also running this gear here. We're using the bird card set just because I already have it. I'm trying to just use the team how I would use it. I'm not necessarily like I said, I'm not super used to this, so it could go terribly. Obviously, if I lose on floor 1, I'll try to retry that, but yeah, I'm not exactly sure how this is going to go. I have not used Brunhild with this new costume yet, so I'm actually kind of excited for that. But yeah, if you want to see like the complete run, I'm assuming he does a complete run. I think he does, yeah. Even skipping to the end of his video, he does get the win source and everything for it. So I don't know exactly how this is going to run. I haven't watched his video completely because I don't want to just like be like, oh, this is exactly how you run the team, like blah blah blah. Because honestly, I don't know. I don't use this team, so I don't know exactly how it should be playing. I'm assuming that I need to be saving my Power Strike cards for the very end, so we're definitely going to do that. I would imagine we probably want to taunt first. We maybe put a shield on ourselves, and then I'm going to go ahead and get rid of that card right there. I am interested to see how well Brunhild does. I'm not a super big fan of King. There was a really small period of time before Traitor Meliodas came out and after King came out to where King was the best option to use for the bird, but I maybe only used him for like 1, maybe 2 weeks at the most, and that wasn't like using him all throughout the week or like multiple runs or anything like that. It was literally just me doing like baseline, trying to get the win sources or whatever. So it wasn't anything crazy. I'm not super used to using King or anything, so we're just gonna kind of see how it goes. I kind of want to start getting the basic stats going a little bit on my Holy Relic if possible. It's not going to be like a huge difference, and I know that most of the time you don't even really need to upgrade. Oh, I should have actually upgraded beforehand, so this was a level 3 card, but I think this might kill. Yeah, okay. I expected that to do a lot of damage. She is, I guess, going to be your just main damage dealer here, because obviously, you know, Traitor Melly is the kind of the big damage dealer in any other case, but let's go ahead. Let's maybe merge those, get some ultimate move gauge, and we'll use these cards up, and then if we need to, we can taunt up again in the near future. I would like for these to not merge if possible, but it is what it is. If they do, it's fine. Hopefully we can draw some extras. I also need to try and maybe get Brunhild's ult off before we go into the last phase, so I'm healed and maybe we can kill in one turn. I'm not exactly sure if we're going to be able to. I think if I can maybe stall a little bit and try to pull some more Brunhild cards, that would obviously help. Let's go ahead and move this and taunt, so that way it doesn't merge, because I need, if I can get more Sever or Power Strike cards, that would obviously be best case scenario. Which I so far, I mean, I actually do really like this this Brunhild outfit. Roseanne was the person who made this. She's actually a Grand Cross YouTuber, if I'm not mistaken, and she did a fantastic job. It looks fantastic. It looks really good, so that's super cool. King is actually taking quite a bit of damage, which is not good. So I think we're going to... I think either way I look at it, these ults are going to kill. So let me get rid of Gother's ult, I guess. Let's get that ult and then maybe upgrade. I feel like Brunhild's going to end up doing damage cap with level 2s. I'm not positive on that, but I think that she'll do fine. I'm going to upgrade King so that way we can maybe get closer to dealing damage cap with his card, because it's an AoE. I'm not expecting it to hit damage cap on last phase. So now let's go for ult here, ult here. Maybe we should... I'm kind of expecting this to kill, so let's go for something like that, maybe. I don't think we'll kill with that card doing so little. The shield from the ult though should be really good. This might kill. Okay, it does kill. I was about to say the shield should be good enough to where we should hopefully not take any damage, but then again, it is damage capped, so let's upgrade. It's unfortunate. I really wanted to use this card first, so that way we could have a shield on. Let's go ahead and do something like this maybe and see how it goes. My biggest concern with this team is that I'm used to Megellda having like the heal card and everything. Ooh, yeah, that's not good. Not good damage. Alright, that hits damage cap, of course. Okay, that one did pretty good, though. Hopefully, we can tank a good amount of damage here. Okay. We still have taunt up, so that's good. This should hopefully hold out. I'm just hoping King doesn't take much damage, if any, before we sort of push phase here. I guess we're just gonna go something like this, and then I don't know if that detonate card is gonna hit through, but hopefully we'll be able to deal enough damage with these first 3 cards. It's gonna have to do just a little bit. He has full ultimate move gauge though. Okay, very nice. Actually, not too bad. We have a taunt as well, so we should be able to get through. Oh no, I'm not exactly sure how we're gonna do this then, because the big problem here is on phase 2 I do have red Tarmiel like he has, on my Deanne, so I'm thinking that the whole like Red Tarmiel disabling the bird's skills, he might still be able to insta wipe me on turn or on phase 2. So we're gonna have to see how that plays out. I'm assuming how he's getting around that is probably having a good king shield up to where the first card doesn't hit her maybe, and it doesn't disable him. So we'll see how this goes. I'm gonna go ahead and use this first. We'll go ahead and get rid of some of these cards. We obviously need to pull another taunt card before going into phase 2. It's been a really long time actually since I've used a taunt unit on the bird, because I normally use the whole like super aggressive team where I just bypass this phase. So we'll see how it goes. King's definitely taking the most damage, which is kind of unfortunate. He's definitely the squishiest out of all of my characters too, so it makes sense. I understand why he's taking that much damage. Yeah, his shield is probably going to be the best thing about not getting screwed by the Tarmiel thing. Let's go ahead and do maybe this, and maybe we go for ult. I kind of wanted to use that card, but maybe I should have. I don't know. I'm super skeptical. I also didn't want to deal too much damage just in case I don't pull a taunt. I don't know if that would have killed or not, but we're gonna try to play it a little safe here. Still no taunt. That's the one thing that's really annoying. Like, at least with, if I'm using the one Escanor because he has death damage, which actually the new Freyr should be able to potentially bypass this as well. At the time of me recording this, Freyr is not out yet. So I'm assuming he's going to be just as good for the whole thing as Escanor is. But yeah, we're going to go for a max card draw here. I don't really want to get rid of, well, I think I'm going to get rid of that card because the ult is more than likely going to hit damage cap regardless. So hopefully it'll soak up a hit. Hopefully we can draw another taunt here, please. Because I think her taunt, okay, we did not. All right, well, we are screwed. Not really anything I can do. I'm just gonna have to fail this one. I think I will retry once though, because dying to this on RNG is just really annoying. That's just a bad way to go out. And then of course you can't one phase this without having Escanor's ult or something to deal like double or like a damage twice in a turn. So yeah, and then this should kill me. Yeah, still didn't even draw a taunt there. Very unfortunate. Maybe I'm almost tempted to just not use a taunt at the very beginning. We'll try it one more time just to make sure. But I think floor 3 is where it's going to be super tough to get through, and I'm not sure if I want to agonizingly go through it. But we'll see. Depending on how easy the rest of floor 2 is. We might call it after floor 2, but it can be done for sure. There is video proof of that. I'm gonna use the taunt again, just because I feel this is a 3-turn taunt on level 1. That's actually kind of insane. I feel like as long as RNG doesn't mess us up, we should be able to get another one of those. But then again, we literally just saw RNG mess me up, so. Alright. 10% damage there. That doesn't quite do 10% damage. Okay. The extra rank ups are kind of nice. Good attack cards. I guess this is kind of what you would want, because you don't really want to pull you know, like Deanne attack cards or go through attack cards per se. Let's go for maybe something like this. I doubt that'll kill because these aren't going to hit damage cap. The Brunhild card should deal pretty good damage. And then hopefully we can pull a taunt. Okay, no taunt. I guess maybe I just have to stall. Maybe I'm just going to have to stall. This is the biggest reason why I don't like running the taunt. Like, at least if I don't pull extra Escanor cards to merge, to go ahead and try to get his ult or whatever, at the very least I can just move the cards that I have in hand for him, which is nice, I guess. So I don't know. We'll go as far as to just go ahead and use this as well, just to get it out of hand, because I don't think that these two cards are going to kill. We might take a little bit of extra damage because we don't have a King Shield up. Unfortunately, I am going to draw Gothar's ult, so that's going to take up one of my card slots here. Okay, got a taunt though, so that's all we needed. We should be able to progress now. Boom. Okay, that's kind of a yikes, kind of a lot of damage. He's disabled himself as well, so that's not great. Let's go for this. We'll go ahead and get rid of those. And then we'll start trying to work on Brunhild's ultimate, because we're going to need to heal at some point very soon. Alright, so let's taunt. Let's go ahead and use maybe these. Will this hit damage cap? Is a decent question. Okay, it does hit damage cap, so we're not going to lose out on the shield or anything like that. All we need is it to tank at least one hit, I think, so that way he doesn't get disabled. Patience is actually okay. Very nice. Strong shield. Yeah, so that's actually a pretty decent way to get around the whole like red Tarmiel thing. So it still misses because we didn't get disabled. Very nice. I'm not hating on that. So let's go for this, just in case those Gothar cards don't kill, but I imagine they will. It's a very small amount of HP. And then we need to start. I maybe should have just moved Brunhild cards instead. Tough call here, so let's just use this, use that. We'll use this to put a shield on. Now let's go ahead, we'll taunt, we'll get that out of hand, we'll use this to put a shield up, and then we'll move these to get Brunhild's ult, because I really need to heal. Alright, so hopefully this will deal not a whole lot. It does not. Very good. Having the high level king cards is definitely the way to go, I think, because Brunhild's going to hit really good damage, I think, regardless. So I think upgrading king's cards to make sure that you have a really good shield on is maybe the better way to go. Obviously, this might be where the team gets a little bit more unpredictable, I guess, because I do have a 6/6 Brunhild on the green one, so I'm going to get a really good heal out of this. If you don't have a really high level ult, you're not going to get as good of a heal, which is definitely something that you might have to worry about. Let's actually throw the king card up first, so that way we get extra damage and such, which I'm assuming these are probably going to hit damage cap. Hopefully the Deanne ult does. It is 6/6, so just hoping that we kill and we don't get stuck in the really annoying, the annoying like heal, or not heal, but the attack phase that he does. And then now we're on the last phase, which is actually not too big of a problem. So let's go for... We don't have any king cards in hand, so he's probably going to take a lot of damage here. Let's use both of these. We'll maybe try to push for a Brunhild ult before we end the phase, so that way we go into phase 3 or floor 3 with a good amount of HP, because that's one of the biggest things that I feel like sometimes I underestimate, is I need to make sure that my characters are healed before finishing a floor, because at that point you can't go, like, there's no going back on that, like you can't do anything about it at that point, so you got to make sure that you're good to go. So alright, she's definitely taking a lot of damage. Let's go ahead and taunt up with her again. We'll put a shield up, and then I don't want that to kill, so I'm not going to use the attack. But this little shield, I don't know, it's probably not going to do too much, if anything, but hopefully this will heal us. Hopefully to full. Not positive if it will or not. Ooh, yeah, the ult's kind of tough there. Removes debuffs from allies and buffs from enemies. I don't really think it would be worth it. Let's just go ahead and attack with this. We can attack with that afterwards, just in case we hit damage cap and we don't kill there. But hopefully this heals and kills at the same time. It doesn't kill, but maybe he'll get a decent amount of lifesteal back just in case it didn't heal him all the way. What do we got? Okay, we are all the way healed, which is good. I think I will go ahead and try to attempt floor 3, because I feel like the bird isn't nearly as hard as he used to be. Like, I feel like he used to be so much worse. But then again, I might be babying myself a bit using, you know, Traitor Meliodas and Megellda a whole lot, so it's kind of one of those like toss-up things where maybe I'm just out of touch with the rest of the player base because I use the best stuff for it. So let's go for so I'm used to being able to remove the blockade skill, or the blockade debuff, with Megellda's passive, or with Megellda's relic, I think. So hopefully we can either block the skill or not have to worry about it too much. I don't know. This phase is always like a really long fight, like just this one specific phase at the very beginning, so we all get blockaded there. I don't know, I always end up taking a ton of damage here, so we might end up having to try to rush a Brunhild ult or something just to be clear. So I think I'm going to... Ooh, this is a really tough one. Just in case I don't draw another Brunhild card, I want to make sure that I have the card in hand to move for ultimate move gauge. Yeah, see, I don't know if we would have drew it there or not. Yeah, this is going to be really tough. Do we even survive this? No. Yeah, so this is where it's going to get really hard. Obviously, we do have level 100 out now, so you might be able to sort of work around, like messing around with this a little bit more, but it's definitely going to be tough. You might want to just try to rank up on King turn 1 so that way he doesn't blockade your skills. But I don't... This is just one of those situations where it's just going to be a matter of I'm not used to this team enough to sort of figure out how I need to play this, and it's not a team that I'm planning on using a whole lot, so it's not going to do me much good to continue, you know, just losing over and over again while I try to figure it out. So I will link the Morelli video in the description. He does definitely do a full run of it, and he shows how he beats it and everything. So you can, if you're planning on using this team, you can definitely use that as a good basis to learn how to use the team, because I'm sure he has a little bit more of like tips and tricks on how he actually beats it and stuff like that, and you can watch his like full run on what cards he's using and stuff at certain times. But that is pretty much going to be it from me. I do really like this Brunhild skin. I've been wanting to use it for a little while. I don't know if it's a bug where she just keeps getting like animation locked or whatever in this recent patch, but it's kind of weird. But either way, thank you guys so much for watching. Hopefully this was a little bit helpful, a little bit informative. I know I didn't complete the whole thing, but like I said, I've said it 1,000 times, and I say it a lot whenever I run bird streams and stuff like that, or when I do bird videos, or my most recent bird guide actually was a really good example of it. But I personally think that running these game modes isn't necessarily like super hard, but it's a matter of finding a team that works for you and really understanding how your team works. Getting used to your team is going to be a really big part of being able to beat this kind of stuff, because obviously there's a lot of mechanics to the fight, so you need to learn how the fight works, learn how your team works, and learn how your team can deal with those mechanics. And at that point you should be able to play your team more efficiently and be able to win a lot more consistently. So that is a big thing. So if you don't have any of, you know, the more OP characters, definitely you can try that team out. Even if you can't beat floor 3, you can at least beat, you know, the first 2 floors pretty consistent with it. I don't think I had really much of an issue at all besides the RNG on floor 2. But I mean, even just beating floors 1 and 2 for the week, if you're, you know, actually locking in the bird, you know, should net you a holy relic every once in a while. It's not going to be as fast as you would want it to be, maybe, but as you sort of, you know, progress and, you know, new banners come out, maybe you can pull Megellda or Traitor Meliodas or sometime in the future, and it'll make it, you know, that much easier. So thank you guys so much for watching. Feel free to subscribe if you have not already. I will see you guys in the next one.